What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel with Exhausted. So in today's video is part 2 of the AEM wideband AFR gauge install. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing all of the wiring to wire up the gauge to the car and fitting the wideband O2 sensor into the downpipe on the MX-5. So without no further ado, enough of me rambling on, let's crack into the video and start doing this installation. So the things we're going to be using for this installation is everything that comes in the box. So if we crack this open, we have our instruction manual, which we don't need. We have the wideband gauge. We've got a couple of connectors to connect the wires together, all there. So we're also going to be using a terminal block, which I'm going to tap into the cigarette lighter. So all of the positive will come through here, and we're also going to be having a negative, which I'll sort out using the terminal block at a later date, but we're just going to ground it to the chassis of the car. So we've got that, we've got some wire cutters, a soldering iron, and all of that. So let's crack on and start with this. So basically this terminal block is a one-to-one, so it's used for connecting wires together, and it doesn't have like a metal core going through the middle, so these aren't all connected. So for example, if you have one cable in here, and one cable in like one in the first, one in the fifth port at either side, it's not going to work. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump all of these together using little bits of wire, so then all of them are connected, and then we can just connect all of our positives into this side, and it will work just as it would. So first of all, we're going to cut little bits of wire to jump together. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our two bits of wire and basically just twist them together, just like that. Now that would be a fairly solid connection because here it's crushed down in here, but we want to make it extra solid, so we're going to use soldering iron, which I am not the most handy with. I've tried it a couple of times with debatable results. It kind of worked, but it didn't look very pretty and it wasn't that strong, so we're going to go ahead and put some solder in this. So we've got some solder. This actually does contain lead, so if you're using any solder which contains lead, you want to make sure to wash your hands and don't touch your face or anything like that after you've done it. So I'm going to itch my face using my forearm because this is actually poisonous and it can kill you. So if we take a look here, this is where the stock O2 sensor is, just down right there. So we're going to go ahead and undo that. All you've got to do to undo that is use a 22mm spanner. I've already cracked it, so it should come loose by hand. So yeah, I can't hold the camera and undo this, so I'm going to put the camera down and then, yeah, undo this stock one. And tighten it up with the spanner. That should be tight enough. So now, if you remember from the previous video, if you haven't seen part 1, then be sure to quickly go check it out before watching this. But we've got our plug in the engine bay, which is this wire here. So we just want to plug these in and then conceal this out of the way. So we're just going to chop this and use this to plug into the stock wiring harness. So we've got one of these which is going to be the positive and negative. I haven't actually worked out which is which yet, but we're going to find that out quite shortly. And then we've got the analog sensor ground and the analog sensor 0 to 5 volt input. So we're just going to wire all of our cables which we need, which are inside the car, to this. So we're going to go ahead and chop this bad boy just as near to this as possible, because then we've got as much wire to work with as we need and it can be zip tied out of the way. So chop that, if I can get through it, and that bad boy can go in the bin, so goodbye. So we've modified this stock wiring harness with the wires in it. On our one specifically, now this may vary on your car, so be sure to check before doing what I'm saying. There's two black wires, which are both the heater wires for the O2 sensor, which we have chopped and put some tape around them. And then we've got the O2 sensor wires. So we've got the blue one, which is the input, and the white one which is the ground. So we're going to connect those to the respective wires from the gauge. So what we're going to do, the white wire is the signal wire, so we're going to wrap that around the brown wire.
Put on heat for it.
From oh shit. So that one's done, and then we're going to connect the blue wire to the white wire, which is right here. So we're going to go ahead and solder up these wires, just the same way we did before. So now we're going to get our terminal block and bang the ground and the positive into here. So now we're onto the home straight. We just need the ground, which we're going to use this bad boy for. It's just a ground bit with like a thing that we can put around a nut. So we're going to go ahead and strip this. So we're going to go ahead and bang it into there. So the final thing we want to do is ground it and then attach it to a switch 12 volt positive. So if we have a look down here, this is our connection for the cigarette lighter. The blue's the positive, so we're going to splice into that and use our fuse block, our little block which we made earlier, to attach our positive into. Now I can't film whilst doing this because I need to get up there. We're just going to cut the blue wire and we're going to one of these and then the red wire into the third one. So we've got that all connected and up there, and that loosely on here. So we're going to try and see. It's coming on. It's heating. So we've got it all wired up and the car starts up fine. But the problem is it's running really rich, and I think that could be for one of two reasons. One is I haven't basically programmed this into the tuning software yet. So this is a 0 to 5 volt analog output scaling table. So you put in the voltage, lambda and the AFR, air fuel ratio. So that might be part of the reason. I don't know if it was actually facing my face there. So I'm going to try that tomorrow. It's getting quite late now, so I just want to relax. So, but yeah, I'll try to just put that into the tuning software tomorrow and update that on the ECU. If that doesn't help, then what we're going to do is we're going to basically take off the intercooler piping, which you don't have the turbo for, and put the stock mass air sensor, or mass air sensor, yeah, MAS, mass air sensor, back on with stock intake, and see if that solves our rich and lean issues. Because I'm thinking maybe it could be because we don't have a mass air sensor, we're just running the IAT and it's not turbo yet. That might be what's causing the problem too. So we're going to try that as well tomorrow, and hopefully one of those will sort it out, and if not, back to the drawing board. But yeah, thanks for watching guys. That was part 2 of how to install an AEM AFR gauge into your MX-5. Very, very similar process from car to car. Just follow the same sort of things, and you might use a slightly different, like 12 volt switch source, but that's going to most likely be a similar sort of thing like what we use. Yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to smash that thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video and found this useful, and subscribe down below and turn on that notification bell button to stay up to date with the latest exhaustive content. And until the next one boys, adios.